So, you're thinking about moving abroad, huh? You're dreaming of sipping coffee in a Parisian cafe, or maybe teaching English on a beach in Thailand. But wait, not every country is rolling out the welcome mat for American expats. In fact, some places are pretty clear about their preferences. Let's dive into 10 countries that aren't exactly clamoring for you to pack your bags and move in. First up, we have Japan. Now, don't get me wrong, Japan is a fantastic place to visit, and many Americans adore it. But when it comes to long-term residency, the country has strict immigration policies. They're not super keen on expats unless you have a job lined up or a specific skill set that they desperately need. So, if you're not a tech wizard or a language teacher, you might find it a bit tough to get that visa. Next, let's hop over to Switzerland. Known for its stunning landscapes and high quality of life, you'd think they'd welcome expats with open arms. But nope. The Swiss have a preference for EU citizens, and they often prioritize locals for jobs. If you're not part of the elite club of highly skilled professionals, you might want to reconsider your Swiss dream. Now, let's talk about South Korea. It's a vibrant country with a rich culture, but it also has a pretty competitive job market. While there are opportunities for teaching English, the government has been tightening regulations, making it harder for Americans to find work there. Plus, they tend to prefer expats from countries with which they have more cultural ties. So if you're not from Canada, Australia, or the UK, you might find it challenging to settle in. Next on our list is Brazil. Oh, Brazil! With its beautiful beaches and carnival spirit, it seems like paradise, right? Well, the truth is, Brazil has been experiencing economic instability, and the government is wary of foreigners taking local jobs. They've made it tougher for Americans to get residency, especially if you're not bringing something unique to the table. So, if you're thinking about living in Rio, you might want to rethink your strategy. Let's not forget about Russia. With its rich history and culture, you might be tempted to explore Moscow or St. Petersburg. However, the political climate and strict visa regulations make it a less than friendly place for American expats. The process can be daunting, and the government is quite selective about who they let in. If you're not a highly skilled professional, you might find it difficult to stay. Now, moving on to China. While it's a booming economy with a lot of opportunities, the Chinese government has been cracking down on foreign workers in recent years. They want to prioritize their own citizens, and the visa process can be a headache. If you don't have a specialized skill or a job offer from a Chinese company, you might want to think twice about heading there. Then there's Indonesia. Bali is a dream destination for many, but the reality is that Indonesia has strict regulations regarding expat residency. They want to ensure that expats contribute to the local economy, and without a long-term visa or a significant investment, you might find yourself facing challenges. Next up, we have Hungary. It's becoming increasingly popular among expats, but the government has been tightening its immigration policies. They're particularly wary of Americans, and unless you have a job or a substantial amount of money to invest, you might be out of luck. And finally, let's talk about Italy. Ah, the land of pasta and romance. But if you're thinking of moving there, be prepared for a bureaucratic maze. Italy has strict residency requirements, and they tend to favor EU citizens. Unless you have a job lined up or are marrying an Italian, you might find it difficult to settle down in the beautiful streets of Florence. So there you have it. 10 countries where American expats might not feel quite as welcome. The world is vast and full of opportunities, but it's essential to do your research before you pack your bags. Each country has its own unique set of rules and regulations, and understanding them can save you a lot of headaches in the long run. Happy travels!